How's it going, Godzilla fans, kaiju fans, collectors, and just general people of YouTube? This is Chanzilla 1964 coming to you with, well, I'm back from Tokyo, Japan, and coming to you with a collection update, a figure haul from my trip to Tokyo, Japan. So I just came back in this past Sunday, and I'm excited to pretty much show you guys what I got, Godzilla-wise, what I got. And I'm going to be kind of going sequentially in the days that I was there, leading up to the end of my trip, which if you are following my Instagram, you pretty much know what I got. So without further ado, let's kind of dive into this. First up, front and center, we have the GMK Godzilla and King Ghidorah. So these two are a little different from everyone else in that I got them from the Don Quixote Hotel. That's right. So the first night we touched down, we got off the plane and all, we got settled in the hotel. We looked around, we were unable to go to Shinjuku, or Shinjuku, where the Godzilla store was, which is kind of what I wanted to do the first day, but we were unable to because it was already a little late in Japan. So when I went to Don Quixote, I was very excited to find these two guys, which were the first figures I got in Japan. Yeah. Then the next couple of figures that I got, I believe, were these guys. These two, the Bandai Banpresto statues, these kind of minifigures. I forget the exact name of them, but the 1954 claw machine Banpresto prizes, Godzilla 1954A and Gamera, I believe 1993A. Or Gamera 1993 or 99A. Point is, I got the Heisei Gamera from the Gamera 3. But yeah, I got these two from a claw machine. I had won this one, and I also won this one in the claw machine. So yeah, my first claw machine experience in Japan was a Godzilla figure, of course. So yeah, really, really cool. Really happy. I will probably be maybe or maybe not reviewing these guys. So let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to review, or what things from what I show you today you want me to review. The Bandai Movie Monster Series ones are a guarantee that I am reviewing. Everything else is not really a guarantee, but the Bandai Movie Monster Series figures are. So, okay, day 2 of my trip is when I went to Shinjuku to the Godzilla store, and that is where I bought the next 4 following figures. First up, the flying version of Mechagodzilla 1974. I picked him up at the Godzilla store on my second day of the trip. Really, really nice. You'll see the review coming out soon. As well as the Godzilla from the same movie, 1974. Got him at the Godzilla store that day as well. This guy was also a new release on top of the Mechagodzilla 74 and re-release of the Godzilla 74. This is a newly sculpted Cybot Godzilla from the 1985 Godzilla movie. I'm just gonna speak about it in the review, but yeah, this is a really awesome figure. I like how it turned out. I'm bummed because I don't have the new Movie Monster Series 85 figure. I have the original Memorial Box one, but I don't have the Movie Monster Series one, which is one that I was hoping would be at the Godzilla store. But I guess it's already been out for so long that they kind of phased it out. But yeah, I'm really happy with this guy. Can't wait to review him. Last but not least, I got this guy as well at the Godzilla store, the Atomic Breath version of Godzilla -1. So I was hesitant on buying this guy when he first came out because he just looks weird, and he's another Atomic Breath version of Godzilla, which I have quite a few of them. I'm not sure if I needed another, but after seeing him in person, I needed to pick him up, and I will tell you exactly why in the figure review as soon as I figure out why. Okay, on this same day, second day, I also grabbed this really cool Kamata-kun figure. Plushie. Yeah, because it's Kamata-kun, it's a plushie. I thought it was cute, so I picked it up. That's pretty much all there is to it. And then on my night 2 in Japan, I had won this from the claw machines. My cousin had won this in the claw machine because long story short, I went up there with my cousin. Really cool guy, but he had won this for me because I forget the reason. But he saw it and then he won it, and then before I knew it, I was like, this is really, really cool. I never thought about buying one of these for myself. So to kind of get this in hand is really, really nice. And to get the atomic breath version is really cool too. But yeah, the detail is really, really nice. The face is a little weird for me, but besides that, yeah, really, really good. Really nice. So after the second day of my trip, or the third day, one of those two, I pretty much didn't really do or shop for many Godzilla things. I was just kind of exploring Tokyo at that point. It was more so towards the end of the trip where I started going more, like trying to get more Godzilla stuff as I kind of ventured more outside of Akihabara, which is where I was staying, and where I started kind of finding these figures, which were, well, let's just kind of start off with this guy in the back, which is the one I got after. So, long story short, and I will be doing a review for this guy on top of the Movie Monster Series stuff. This was a childhood figure that I've kind of wanted for a while. That kind of also fell by the wayside as I kind of got more into the Movie Monster Series line. I forgot about this figure, and then I saw him in Japan, and I had to pick him up. I got it for about 110 yen, which kind of equates to, I think, around 90 US dollars. In the box isn't exactly in the best condition, but it is a fully completed set, including the titanium space medal. So yeah, cannot wait to review this Mechagodzilla Chokoken figure. This is the 1975 one, Mechagodzilla 2 one. Cannot wait to get this guy out of his box and review him in all of his awesome Chokoken glory. Yeah. On top of that guy, funny enough, I believe it was the same night I ended up winning this guy. Yeah, I ended up winning this guy. This is, if you saw my Instagram story, I had originally won 2 of these. These were some really cute Godzilla plushies that I had found in Ikebukuro. Yeah, Ikebukuro area. There is these machines at the Andres, at some Andres arcades. And I really wanted this one because it had Godzilla holding the plane. So I just had to get it. Long story short, I dropped one in to the claw machine and it got stuck in where it's supposed to drop through. So it got stuck like this. So I grabbed the second one in the back and miraculously the claw held on because I had one more credit and I was just kind of like, oh, what the hell? So I picked it up and I dropped it on top of this one and it knocked both of them in. So I ended up getting 2 of these guys, but I ended up giving this one away to someone else who was trying to win at the machine. Long story short, so it ended up working out for itself because there was no way I was taking 2 of them home because I didn't have room in my luggage. And yeah, that's kind of the story behind this guy. No review for this guy though. Yeah, just really cute. Towards the end of my trip, I started revisiting some places like the Shinjuku Godzilla store. So I ended up revisiting the Shinjuku Godzilla store and I ended up picking up these 2 guys. The box set versions, I'm going to call them the box set versions, or the color variants of the Godzilla 1995 figure and the Anguirus 1995 figure. I remembered wanting to get this box set too back when it was the original Anguirus mold that wasn't like the 1955 version with this similar colored Godzilla. But I never got around to getting it because I just, one, it was a lot of money here in the US and I figured what is the point of getting it? So I just waited and eventually Bandai came out with these guys. And when I went back to the Godzilla store a second time, I figured, what the heck, I may as well pick these guys up. And I do not regret picking them up because they're 2 really awesome figures. I do plan on reviewing these guys. So, yeah. Probably not in depth. It's going to be more so a comparison thing, but either way, I'm really excited to have these guys. They're probably going to be display shelf items versus something I do a video with, but yeah. Second to the last night of my trip, I ended up winning this guy. Yeah, this guy from the similar claw machines. This is the Banpresto King Caesar version A. And then a little while after I had won this guy, I think the day after, I had won version B, or my cousin had won version B for me, because for this one, I know the reason. He was looking to just kind of reset his gaming, or reset his arcade high, after he was trying for a figure for a really long time. So he figured he'd try for something a little easier, which was this figure, and he ended up getting it. So again, thank you, cousin. And like, just to have two of these guys is really cool. I only wanted one, but to have two is really, really awesome. And now I can display them like food dogs. So yeah, it's nice. One thing that I kind of got bugged about was that if they made this King Caesar's ear stand up, that would have been amazing. But I'm not complaining because I got this one for free. So yeah, really excited for these two. And that same night after I got them, I figured I should just pick up this -1 Ban Presto figure as well, which comes from the same line as these guys. Because honestly, this trip is majority of the stuff from this trip is Godzilla -1 stuff from the figure that I won my second night, the Heat Ray version, and I'm getting to this guy pretty soon. So I figured I might as well pick up a -1 version of him, which I saw in a store. I did not win this guy. I saw him in a hobby trader store nearby our hotel. So yeah, really nice. And I got this Burning Godzilla as well at the same time when I got the -1. The Burning Godzilla is decently painted. I was a little disappointed when I got him because I thought the paint would be a little more than just this and this, even though this might just be his meltdown version. And from the side, he looks totally fine. From the front, he looks a little cockeyed there, but it's not really a big thing for me. It's just I thought this front part and the shoulders would have a little more paint, but it's cool for what it is. I'm happy to have a Burning Godzilla. Really, yeah. Before I get to this guy, because I got these two at the same time, I will review this guy, or not review, but go over this guy. So this figure is not Godzilla, but it is the 2025 Bandai Namco mascot. So I figured I would pick him up, and since it is a limited edition to Expo 2025, see, this is the mascot for Bandai Namco, and I think I might do something with a future video for this guy. Might be a little weird, but yeah. And I do plan on reviewing this. As strange as it is, I do plan on reviewing this, so stay tuned for this weird thing, yeah. Lastly, we have this epitome of my star child of the whole trip, pretty much, I guess I'm going to call it, because the 8-inch version of the Godzilla -1 figure from Bandai Movie Monster Series. I mean, you guys have no idea how many times I went back for this guy, because I kept telling myself, nah, I don't need an 8-inch version of this figure. I don't regret getting this figure because I'm like really happy I did. But long story short, this figure is like crazy detailed, and it's a different sculpt. It's not like an upscaled sculpt of the 6-inch version. So I'm gonna review him, but I'm really glad I got him. Long story short, I went back 5 times for him. And the last time that I went back was on the very last day of my trip. Or no, the second to the last night of my trip. The very last night of my trip, I went back for him. And I said, screw it, I'm going to buy him. And he didn't fit in my suitcase, so he had to come as a carry-on. So if you guys watch my Instagram stories, he came on the plane with me, and he spent the whole last day with me because we had to leave our hotel at 10 in the morning and our flight was at 10 at night. So he spent the whole day in this bag, in this Godzilla -1 bag. So yeah, this guy is like my star child for this whole trip, and I had a lot of fun. And I had a lot of fun collecting these guys and these figures and hunting for them in Japan. I do plan on going back sometime next year, so stay tuned, and stay tuned for all of these guys' reviews. They're all on the tier right down below next to me. I was thinking about just kind of showing off these little things, these little kind of things that I got as well, including these little pins of Godzilla posters, which are really cool. I really only want to get them for this Godzilla 1964 one, which I thought these were mouse pads, but I'm totally cool that they're pins. And I got all 3 of these Gashapon heads here. All 3 of them, I collected them. There's a whole story behind this, because I was trying to get this one for a while. I ended up with like 4 of these and 2 of these, or 3 of these. So, yeah. But basically, I know you guys are all pretty much here for the Movie Monster series stuff, and maybe the Van Presto stuff. So, yeah, that does it for this collection haul, though. Do stay tuned for the reviews and the figure shorts to come out with these guys, because there is a lot of stuff to cover from now until, well, November, when there's going to be a whole wave of other figures coming out for the Bandai Movie Monster series line, which I'm really excited for, from Little Godzilla to the Shimo and Scar King set to the shadow version of the Bandai Premium King Ghidorah. I mean, there's just so much to cover. I'm excited for what's to come. So with that being said, if you like this video, do be sure to hit the thumbs up button down below. If you like what you see on the channel, do be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for helping me hit 600 subscribers. We finally hit 600. My goal is, before the end of this year at least, is, let's say about 800. Yeah, 800 sounds perfectly reasonable. And yeah, if you guys think I may have missed anything, or especially if you guys want to see certain things reviewed that I did not mention, that are going to be reviewed, do be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. But with that being said, this has been Chanzilla 1964 saying until next time, guys. Peace.